Welcome, welcome. Maldiva, welcome. Cooking some noodles. Let me get this chopsticks. Hello, Kimberly Ray. Lane Not Fit, welcome. Making some noodles. Nenafit, welcome. Topper, welcome. So, cooking some noodles here. If you guys want, we can talk about money today. Money has always been a tacky issue in American society. When you ask people, how much do you make? People usually get offended, right? Why is that the case? Why people get offended when you talk about money? It's just like losing weight, right? You have all these people, they don't want to admit they're fat. And when people, they point out that they're fat, they get pissed off. I have nothing against fat people, okay? I'm still kind of fat, so I'm trying to lose some weight. What I'm trying to say is, the only way you can address the issue is that you have to first admit that there is an issue. So, no, it's not private. I mean, it is private, but let's say if you have a lot of money and if people ask about it, then you feel very good about it, right? Because you're rich. The only reason people don't feel good about it is because they're probably, not doing very well financially. It's like when you're fat, right? If people say you're fat, then you get pissed off. But if you're not fat, if I say you're fat, you're not going to get pissed off. So what I'm trying to say is, the only way to address the issue is to admit the issue first. So the problem with that is a lot of people, they don't admit it. So when you try to point it out, then they get pissed off. It's the same thing with many subjects. Like a long time ago, I know this guy, right? I mean, I don't know him very closely, but I just know him through another friend. I think he's gay, but he doesn't want to admit it. I have nothing against gay people, okay? But you can tell he's gay, right? So I asked him point blank. I said, "Are you gay? If you're gay, why don't you admit it?" Then he got really pissed off because because he is gay, but he doesn't admit he's gay. It's kind of a touchy subject, but I don't want to talk too much about that. So the moral of the story is, whatever problem you want to resolve, first you need to admit that there is a problem. Like a lot of times people say, fat people, they say, "Oh, it's genetic. I'm fat because of genetics." I mean, there may be some truth to that, but most of the time, let's face it, most of the time, you're fat because you eat more and you exercise less. That's the only reason. So I used to be, right now I'm about 150 pounds. I used to be about 175 to 180 pounds. So what I did is I started working out and more. I started walking like 10,000 steps a day. And instead of eating 3 meals, I started eating 2 meals a day. And instead of eating really full every meal, I only eat like 70% full each meal. So just by doing those two things, so I lost about 20 plus pounds. So let's face it, right? Everybody have a problem. There's nobody that's immune to problem. I don't care if you're rich, if you're beautiful, if you're ugly, if you're poor, you're always gonna have a problem. You just have a different problem that you're working on. But finances is a big problem that a lot of people are facing. But the biggest issue with finance problem is that a lot of people try to hide it. A lot of people, they don't want to admit it. So if you don't want to admit it, then that means that problem is going to be there forever. And you're going to suffer forever. If you do not want to suffer from financial problem, first you need to admit that you have financial problem. You need to mitigate it. You need to resolve it. Then you can start fresh. Just like years ago, this one time I racked up a whole bunch of debt, credit card debt. It was like around 150,000 K credit card debt, in credit card debt. Can you imagine? So, okay, chat. Okay, thanks. Thanks for the compliment. What's LE Chino? Oh, you're from Chile? Okay, great. My bad. Okay, okay. So what I was saying? Shit, I forgot what I was trying to say. Somebody remind me. What did I just say earlier before the part about you being cute? So you gotta admit the problem, right? Fitness. Oh yeah, my credit card debt. Yeah, so I used to owe 100,000 K credit card debt. So if I don't admit it, if I don't address the problem, then the rest of my life is gonna be shit. It's gonna be a shithole, right? Because I'm not admitting it. I'm like just like one of my friends, his dad. Like his dad used to partnership with another guy. They opened a restaurant, and the guy somehow tricked his dad. So his dad ended up owing the Internal Revenue Service like 50,000 K. So instead of addressing the problem and resolve the problem, he ran away. So his dad was escaping from the Internal Revenue Service for like 40 years. Imagine what kind of life that is. So instead of so I didn't file for bankruptcy. So I was thinking, because at the time I didn't make a lot of money yet, but I was thinking if I want to be somewhere in a place that I want to be, I need to solve this problem first. So I was thinking, should I file bankruptcy? Then I don't want to file for bankruptcy, because that means I'm not a person that's gonna say what I do what I say, right? I want to be a person that honor my promise, right? So instead, because back then I wasn't making a lot of money yet, so instead I went to out of state. I went to New Mexico. I forgot the name of the city. It was in New Mexico. So I went there. I worked there as a boss boy. As a realtor, and not realtor. Sorry, as a waiter for 2 years. So because the food is free, the boarding is free. So I worked there for 2 years. The pay was low, but there was a lot of tips. So I saved all the tips. I worked there for 2 years. I saved up about $60,000, and I paid off the debt with $60,000, because I was negotiating with the company that I owed the money with. I could pretty much renegotiated into half. Then I paid it off. Once I paid off all the credit card debt, I came back to California, and my real estate started to pick up. I started making more money, and I resolved the problem, right? The reason I took care of the problem is because first I admit that there is a problem. Once I admit that there is a problem, then I made some changes to address the problem. Yes. Yeah, the noodles. Let me cook the noodles. Hold on. Okay, so what I put in the noodles is I put a lot of vegetables, some dry shrimp, some dried scallop. So I put the pickled radish because I don't want to put too much seasoning. So when you put the pickled radish in there, it gives it some seasoning. And also the scallop and also the dry shrimp, it makes the soup taste good. I also have a preserved egg. This is a preserved egg. It's black. Once you open it, it's going to be black. Let me show you. So let me put the noodles inside to it first. Hold on. Okay. So basically I boil the water first, then I put the vegetables, the dry shrimp, the dry scallop inside, then I put in the noodles, because the vegetable takes longer time to cook. The noodles doesn't take that long, and you don't need a whole lot of noodles because I don't want to eat too much carbohydrate. So this is just a handful. That's all I'm putting in. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, let me see. Welcome, Debbie. Welcome. Follow my TikTok. Give me some likes. Whatever question you have, we can talk about it. Any question you have, we can talk about it. Okay. Let me know where you're from. I'm from Los Angeles, California. Hold on, let me look at my noodles. So this is a preserved egg. Once you open the shell, it's black actually. Sally, welcome. Let me get a bowl to put the. So anybody have any? What part of Asia are you from? Okay, I'm from China, so I'll give you guys the background about my story. Okay, so I came here from China when I was 14. So I started high school here in California. So after high school, I joined the army. After I got out of the army, I got my real estate license. That's how I started in real estate. When I first came to America, I did not speak English. Nada, zero English. So actually, when I was in high school, my English wasn't that good either. I mean, my English is not that great now, but I can communicate with no problem. But I learned to speak English in the army, in the boot camp. I was in high school for like 3 or 4 years. I still wasn't comfortable talking in English because I wasn't forced to talk too much in English. But once I went to the boot camp, once you go to boot camp, nobody speaks Chinese with you. Then it's like literally like in a couple weeks, I started talking in English. User 6744. He is good at business math. Believe it or not, I'm not actually, math is actually not my strength. Because my major in college is actually philosophy. The reason is philosophy is because I didn't want to take too much math. Because initially I was going to go study business. But if you're going to study business, you have to take calculus. So I didn't take calculus, so I only majored in philosophy. Especially in business, there's not a whole lot of formulas you need to learn in business for math. For example, for real estate, you just need to know how to calculate the cap rate. You just need to know how to calculate the net operating income. You just need to know how to calculate the cash on cash return. The formula you need to know for real estate investment is less than 10. Any side hustle you recommend? Hello, Molly, welcome. David, thanks for the follow. Sati Noor, welcome. Okay, give me a little bit more about your background. Nana, is that how you call your name? Nana Fit? Give me a little bit more about your background. So I guess you're in the fitness industry. So other than fitness experience, what other experience do you have? Okay, Naked Viking, can you explain the formula? Okay, I have some other videos you can check it out too, but I'll explain it quickly here. The capitalization rate basically tells you how soon you're gonna get your money back. That's one of the most important formula to study, to know. Okay, you want to master that. You want to understand that like the back of your hand if you want to invest in real estate. So capitalization rate, you divide. So first you get an NOI. NOI is basically means net operating income, right? How you get the net operating income? You use the total rent minus the expenses, then you get the net operating income. Then you use the net operating income divided by the price, then you get the cap rate. For example, let me give you an example. Let's say if the total gross rent is 120K, if the expenses is 20K, then you get a net operating income of 100K, right? Let's say if you're buying a property for $1 million, so 100K divided by $1 million, then your cap rate is 10%, right? What does 10% mean? 10% means you're gonna get all your money back in 10 years. Let's say if your net operating income is 20K and is 200K, and you're still buying the property for 1 million. That means your capitalization rate is 20%. What does 20% mean? 20% means that you're gonna get your money back in 5 years, right? Because 20%. So for the buyer, you want the cap rate to be as high as possible. For the seller, you want the cap rate to be as low as possible. So in the country, usually the market cap rate is usually somewhere between 5 and 7. So usually the more popular the city, the lower the cap rate. For example, in Los Angeles, the cap rate is like only 3%. But that's it, for example, let's say if I go to some not as popular places, maybe I can get a cap rate up to 10%, 20%, 30%. Who said I'm a spy? I'm not a spy, okay? I'm a fucking, sorry, sorry for my language. I'm a US Army veteran, okay? I'm not a spy. Okay. Somebody said I'm a spy? Now I do not feel bad about my debt. Correct. Okay, let me... Okay, Lana, you're studying business administration. Hello, Aya Williams. Hello, Alida. I mean, it's good that you're learning. It's definitely a good thing. But here's the thing, okay? When you study business admin, most likely it's gonna help you to be more efficient in the business, but it's not gonna help you to make more money in the business. It may, but that's not the main. Most of the people that study MBA, they're gonna go become a manager for the business owner. So if you really want to learn how to make a lot of money, you need to figure out what kind of service you can provide. You need to figure out how to find the customer. You need to figure out how to do marketing. You need to figure out how to do sales. That's how you can make a lot of money. Definitely when you're studying, it's always good to learn something new. For example, let's say if you study business administration, you gotta learn about accounting, you gotta learn about business management. But if you just know that, that's not gonna help you to generate the income. You need to generate the income, right? You need to generate the cash flow. You need to generate the revenue for the business to make money. So if you want to make a lot of money, you need to know what product or service you have that's for sale, and you need to know how to reach the customer, and you need to know who's your ideal customer. And once you know where the customer are, then you go talk with them. And once you talk with them, you need to know how to sell to them. So that's how you can make money in business. Thank you, my Dapo Zoo. Thank you. Thanks for the encouragement. Yeah, welcome. Thank you, Carol. Thank you. Thanks for the like. Any other questions, guys? Let me check my noodles, okay? So I'm just trying to, share with you guys everything I know. Because when I first started doing real estate, I didn't know anything. So I was struggling for a long time. I was struggling for like 10 years. It's not until I found some good mentors. That's the thing. So nobody's born smart, right? Everybody probably think Steve Jobs is smart because he's born smart. No, he copied somebody else too. He learned from somebody else too. His mentor was Edwin Land. Edwin Land was the founder of the Polaroid, the company that make the instant camera. Everything that pretty much Steve Jobs did, he copied from Edwin Land. So that's one of the, obviously he's a genius. I'm not saying he's not a genius. I'm not saying he's not smart, but obviously he is the person he is today, but he already passed away. But obviously, how come Steve Jobs was so successful is because he learned from other people too. So if you can borrow other people's knowledge, you can get to the place that you want to get to much quicker. So that's why I'm sharing everything I know on TikTok. So if you really watch all my video, if you're trying to learn business, if you can try to learn real estate, if you're trying to learn money, if you watch all my video, I think it will help you for sure. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put out as much video as possible. Every time I think of something, I want to put it in a video. Otherwise, it's no good to just keep it to myself, right? It's like my mom, right? My mom, she's 85 years old now. Before, I was not comfortable to share her image with the world. Now I want to put her into TikTok. That way, I have more of her. I have more memory of her. I mean, she's still here. She's 85. But I don't want to, miss any of the moments. Yeah. Okay, let me answer question one by one. Okay. My any advice on new home buyer? Matt Dapper Zhu. For new home buyer, let me check my noodles. Okay. For new home buyer, the most important thing you want to do is increase your income and reduce your debt. Do all you can to increase your income so you can pay off the debt, and so you have enough down payment. Also, ideally you could have a 2 years tax return. If not, you can always partnership with other people. Aya Williams, how can I get a good mentor? What kind of mentor are you looking for? So there's different ways to get mentor. You can go purchase the coaching program. You can watch videos like I'm sharing with you, on TikTok. What industry are you trying to learn from? Money success. If you want to move to a small city with little growth, can you still make money from real estate? Of course. There's two goals for real estate investment, right? One is appreciation, another is cash flow. For most people, I think appreciation is not the big priority. The cash flow is the big priority. Let's say if you move to a small city, you can buy a house for 100K and you can lease it out for 1,500, and even after paying the mortgage, you can get $1,000 per home, and you buy 10 homes. You can buy a couple homes a year. You can live a very successful life. For being financially free. Yeah, that sounds like a break-even analysis. So that's called a cash flow. I mean, that's called a capitalization rate, cap rate, they say. Let me check my noodles, okay? Oh shit, I think the noodles ready, but I think I put too much noodles. DJ Shark, I created a whole line of NFTs and haven't been able to sell a single one in almost 8 months. Why? I don't understand that industry. If you cannot sell, you got to figure out what's the source of the problem. Is it a marketing problem or is it a sales problem? So you need to figure that out. If you cannot get the customer, if you do not know where the customers are, then that's a marketing problem. If you have the customer but you don't know how to convince them to buy it, then that's a sales problem. Walnuts, stir it. XXW. I'm looking for more friends to come to my home at Christmas. Okay, that's a good goal. Simon Irwin, thanks for the follow. Rose Booker, great, thanks for the compliment. User 6744, what was your MOS? My MOS was 11B. So probably, I don't know, if you're not in the military, you probably doesn't know what I'm talking about. 11B is infantry. MOS means what kind of job you do in the military, okay? And about the living wage in China, is it good for the citizens now or not enough? Lee Charting. China is a big city. China has a lot of population. It's not an easy city to manage, okay? Just imagine, there's 7 times more population in China than the United States. So if you live in a major city, you might have a chance to make a decent income. But the major city, the expenses are very high. The major cities, the expenses is actually much higher than, if not much higher, probably higher than in America. It's all depending on what you do. So if you, overall, I would say the income is still kind of low, because China just have too many people. Thank you, Bird Prey. Wire Tasta. Sorry, some of the name is hard to pronounce. Thanks for the follow. Konnichiwa, homeboy. Pichui. Homeboy. That's konnichiwa is Japanese, but I learned 1 year of Japanese in college before. Yeah, my noodles is ready. Thank you so much for your time. Not a lot of people wanting to help, or they want a fee. Thanks for the compliment. T Slate, Da Moon. Thank you for your content. You show up on my wall every day. Okay, that's great. Hopefully it's not too much video. Any recommendation, any suggestions? John Hong, what is a good investment for cash holder of million? Real estate. Real estate. So, maybe you can invest in stocks too, but I don't know too much about a stock. But if you can take a look at my video about risk, because when you invest in stock or crypto, let's say, because I put some money in crypto, because you're not sure what's the outcome is going to be, right? Because the risk factor is much higher. So maybe the most money you can put is like 10% of your money, because if you make a lot of money, you get lucky. If you lose 10%, then you're not going to be broke, right? But in real estate, you can put 100% of your money, because the risk is relatively low, right? And not only you can put 100% of your money, you can leverage too. Let's say if you have $1 million, if you put $1 million as a down payment, so you can pretty much buy like a $4 million or $5 million property if you get a mortgage. That's one of the great things about real estate, right? Because you can leverage. Once you leverage, then you can borrow the money to make more money. Who's relaxing? John Hong, thanks for the follow. May I ask, how does one scale up to second and third property while maintaining same income? Okay, there's a couple ways for you to scale up. Okay, that's a good question actually. One way, obviously, increase your earned income. Another way is pull the money out from your property and use that as a down payment to buy another property. Another way to do it is change your property into Airbnb, so you're gonna have more income. And another way to scale up is to build a ADU. So the main reason that the main reason for you to be able to scale up your investment is that you gotta have the money, right? You gotta have the money. You gotta find the right mortgage. Sometimes people say, "Oh, I already own 10 homes. The bank won't give me money anymore." But if you can get like a portfolio loan, they're willing to lend you more money, then you can scale up. Also, there's another option. You can find some properties where the seller is willing to seller finance. Then that's another way to scale up. Hello from New Mexico. I was in New Mexico for 2 years. Welcome, Mikey. I lost $1 million buying hotels. Jung Hong lost $1 million buying hotels. Yeah, so that's another thing. That's very important about management. So here's the thing, because hotel, technically speaking, is not a real estate. Hotel is more of a business rather than a real estate. So that's why when the economy is wrong, then you're gonna get hit. But for example, now if you bought a hotel now instead of 2 years later, now it's actually, if you buy a hotel now, you're gonna make a lot of money, because people that bought a hotel a couple years ago, they're losing money, so they gotta get out. So when they're trying to get out, then they're gonna try to sell the hotel to you for cheap, because the bank is taking back the hotel. So you can get a hotel for a relatively much cheaper price. So that's the secret about, that's the deal about investing anything, right? You gotta buy low. You make money when you buy. You're not making money when you sell, because if you're trying to make money when you sell, you're just speculating. It's just speculation. But if you know you bought it cheap, then that's not speculation, because you already know. Let's say if it's worth $1 million, you bought it at $500K, then you already know without any doubt that you already made money when you're buying it. Yes, John, that's a good point. Did you apply for the government's income assistance? What city was the hotel in? Who's the gangster? A gangster? Oh, you're the gangster. Ozzy is the gangster, yeah. Yes, so to everybody in here, doesn't matter what you're gonna invest in. It could be a hotel, it could be stock, whatever. It could be real estate, it could be anything, it could be homes. You wanna do it the opposite way, right? When let's say when there is dry season, when there's no water in the lake. That's when you want to buy bulk, right? When there is a so you basically you want to, like what Warren Buffett said, right? Be greedy when others are afraid, something like that, right? Be timid when others are greed, when there is greed, something like that. You want to do the opposite, okay? Zhang Hong, oh my God, you bought a hotel in Farmington, New Mexico? That's the place I worked as a waiter before, a long time ago. Back then, they had a lot of business because they have all this big oil company. Did the oil company already leave? That's so funny, man. This is such a small world. Yeah, that's the thing. I did another video about media, right? Do not watch the videos and do not watch the news. All the news, they're just trying to get you to believe in some stupid shit so they can brainwash you. Like all this, like for example, like all those big finance companies, like JP Morgan, whatever. They're gonna tell you, okay, the stock is great, the stock is good, this stock is good, it's great, buy it, buy it, buy it. They do it on purpose. Once you buy the whole thing, then they're gonna sell everything. Mandy, welcome. User 1104, welcome. Okay, let me eat my well, I made it, the noodles kind of dry today. I was supposed to make a soup noodle, but it became a dry noodle. Let me see if I can find some sauce I can put in a noodle. I'm gonna put some chili oil with black beans. Chili oil with black beans. I'm gonna put it in a noodle. Cause I made a noodle somehow. It took a lot of water, so this became a dry noodle. I told you that I'm not a real cook. I just cook whatever I can cook. Yeah, soy sauce, oyster sauce. I have it. So I have the oyster sauce. This is oyster sauce. Yeah. But maybe I should. Let me see. I'm just gonna use the chili bean. Any other questions, guys? Then put the sauce on the noodle. I like to eat spicy. Good chow mein recipe. Where you guys located? There's a lot of good restaurants in Los Angeles, and also there's a lot of good restaurants in Las Vegas too. I was surprised how many restaurants there are in Las Vegas. Any other questions you guys have about anything? Real estate, money? Bob, I'm not very good with stock market. I don't know too much about stock market. Let me just mix my noodles. It became a dry noodle somehow. I think I put too much noodles today. I mean, stock, you can, if you know how to do it, you can make a lot of money. But I just don't know too much about it. So stock, here's the thing, okay? It doesn't matter if it's stock or real estate. As long as you don't sell it, you have not lost money. So the problem is when you try to sell it, and when the price go down, when you try to sell it, then that's when you're gonna lose money. I put a chili sauce. It's actually okay. It's not that bad. Like I told you guys, I'm not a real cook. This is just my, made up recipe. I got vegetables, preserved egg, dry shrimp, dry scallop. I was supposed to make a soup noodle, but somehow today all the soup is gone, so it become a dry noodle. So I put the chili oil black bean sauce into the noodle. I think I put too much noodles inside today. T Slate Dark Moon. The price is probably gonna adjust, but I don't think it's gonna drop whole lot. So if you haven't bought before, I think the only option you have, either bite the bullet, just buy it, or try to go to further places, or change to a different city, different state, or drive out from the suburb. I mean, from the metro downtown. That's what a lot of people are doing, because a lot of people started working from home. So instead of buying a home in San Francisco or Silicon Valley, a lot of people starting buying homes nearby, like Bakersfield, all those surrounding cities. Patrick, invite you for the noodles? Welcome. Oh, I see you holding a panda. Was that in the Panda Zoo in Chengdu? I went to the Panda Zoo in Chengdu too. That was many years ago. The zoo, they have nothing but pandas. The whole zoo, they have pandas. Merla, welcome. $300 to hug the panda. I didn't hug the panda. I did not hug the panda. But I remember there was a whole bunch of pandas, so many. Actually, the noodle turned out to be really good. Where else have you been to, Patrick? Okay, syndication. T.S. Slate's question. Have you ever participated in a syndication deal? Not yet. I might do one in the future. To the people that do not know what syndication is, basically you have the LP and GP. LP is limited partner. GP is general partner. LP only come up with the money. They do not have any control. The GP find a deal, finance the deal, control the deal, manage the deal, and for doing all that, the GP get a cut of the deal. David, yes, I made the noodles myself. David speaks Chinese. He spoke Chinese to me. Yes, I just cooked the noodles. John Hong moving to Las Vegas. Yeah, a lot of people are moving to Las Vegas. I was thinking about that before too. So did you sell your hotel in New Mexico? When you invested your hotel in New Mexico, did you actually move there and manage the hotel, or were you manage the hotel from a remote location? Oh yeah, Patrick, Terracotta Soldiers. I haven't been there yet, so that's one of the places I'm probably gonna go in the future. What you gonna do in Las Vegas, John? Xavier, welcome. Avery, welcome. Okay. At least you can get some tax deduction, right? For the loss. So what's missing in my noodle is the sesame oil. I need to go buy some sesame oil and put it in it. That's gonna make it taste so much better. Oh, you're a pro poker player. Actually, one of my client, he used to work for a casino for a long time. He also started playing the poker full time. He also like bought 5 or 6 houses just with the winning from the poker playing. He's also moving to Vegas, so I'm helping him to sell a home right now. And after he sells, he's gonna move to Vegas too. I think he's gonna continue to play poker professionally. Black mushroom. No, that's not mushroom. That's a preserved egg. Very nice hair. Thank you. I need to go get a haircut. Thank you, Tom's Manga. Miso Bach, welcome. You guys have any other question about real estate, about investment, about finances, about anything, about career planning? So that's stay on for another 5 minutes until 12:10 because I gotta take off pretty soon. Hey, Miso Bach, Maribel. British. Martini Club. Are British in any demand over there? I don't know. I've never been to UK yet. Patrick, I'm in West Covina. James, welcome. I'm gonna go get some sesame oil today. Oh, Philip Ranch, yes. Close by. Welcome, Michael Lab. Gregory, welcome. Matthew, welcome. You guys have any other questions? After I finish the noodle, I'm gonna have to take off. I still have a lot of scallop. Patrick, I was Britain when they had the hovercraft crossing the English Channel. Hey, Birch, welcome. Right now I'm real estate brokerage and real estate investment. How about you? Yeah, it's a little bit spicy because I put the spicy bean oil. No, the hot oil and the black bean. It's not that spicy. Oh, you farm crypto with the machine? I know in China, I know a lot of crypto farms, they're moving to America, right? Moving to Texas. Why is that? Because the Electricity in Texas cheaper? What do you mean by yield farm? James, welcome. Hold on, let me wash my bowl, okay? I gotta connect my I gotta connect my phone. It's running out of short on battery. Kimba, thanks for the follow. Yes, you can buy excess energy from the oil gas guys in Texas, North Dakota. They want us to believe in stupid shit. Tap the screen and share his content. That helps him. Thank you so much. Quinner, thank you. Kitty, thank you. So that's the problem about media, right? So all this media, they're like promoting like stupid shit. They're trying to get you to, you know, to believe their agenda. So if you watch a lot of news, you gotta be careful. You're gonna be brainwashed. I haven't watched TV for like 10 years. Do you think Chengdu or Guangzhou is better RE investment now? 7 to 10 years hold period. I'm not sure. I mean, right now it's I think the prices are pretty cheap, but on the macro level, I think the economy of the real estate market for the entire China is going downhill. So I don't know if I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not. Aussies, Judy, thanks for the like. Quinette, Aussie, thanks for the like. Okay, 12:10. Okay, let's stay on for 5 more minutes, okay? Because I gotta go pretty soon. Any other questions? Any other questions you guys want to talk about? So the real estate in China, it's okay. Here's the big difference between your real estate in China and here. When you buy real estate in America, every year you gotta pay the property tax, and you have the title ownership to the property for indefinite period of time, right? It's forever yours. But if you buy real estate in China, so far you don't have to pay property tax here. There's no property tax, but you only have the right to the title for 70 years. But I think China, they're gonna change their law, and they're gonna implement the property tax too. James, hi Ray. Do you think Canada ban on foreign home ownership, new property 100% tax will affect Canada? Of course, man. That's gonna keep a lot of people away from Canada, from buying in Canada. That's for sure. So that's the major difference between China and America. In America, there's not a lot of regulation from the government. It's pretty much overall mostly a free market. But in China, there is a lot of control from the government. They have different policies for the real estate, so that's why there's a lot of changes. When the pandemic and the war are over, it will pay back. Stock market, yeah, the stock market, also the like a hotel too. So now I think you can still get a hotel for relatively cheaper price, but after the travel resumes to the regular frequency, then the hotel occupancy is gonna go back up. Yeah, thank you for the compliment. Okay, follow my TikTok. Give me some likes. Whatever question we can talk about it. If you have some more, if you need more help, you can DM me too. I'm buying a house in La Paz, Mexico for $85,000. It have 3 rooms, 3 bathroom, and a back room. with garage and huge yard. I'm gonna Airbnb. Yeah, I mean there's a lot of nice places in Mexico too. So I sometimes I go to Cancun. So it's nice. I really liked it. It's you got all the white sand beaches, and it's very affordable. So I know there's a lot of people that are retiring in Mexico, where the living expense is much lower. James, yes. I mean I can do 30 minutes consultation. Yes. 55 plus community. Do you recommend? So the problem with 55 plus community, I think it's kind of it's not very good for the value because it's limited. So it doesn't have it has a much less market appeal if it's only limited to age 55. But if you don't care about appreciation, if you just want to just find a good place to stay, then it should be okay. But if you want to maximize capitalization, capital gain, if you want to maximize capital gain, I'm not sure if 55 and over is a good way to go. But there's always exceptions. It's just depending on what you want, right? So here's the thing. A lot of times people are confused. They don't know what kind of decision they need to make on real estate investment. So if you wanted to be very clear about what decision you should make in real estate, just first ask yourself, am I buying this for my enjoyment or am I buying it for investment? First, you need to make that decision first. Once you make that decision, for example, let's say, okay, I'm buying this for my own enjoyment, or I'm buying this for investment. Then once you make a decision on that question, then it would be much easier for you to make the next decision. Because let's say if you made the decision, okay, so this real estate I'm buying is gonna be for my personal enjoyment. Then don't worry about the return. Don't worry about how much money you're gonna make because you're gonna enjoy it, right? For example, I was looking at the oceanfront house in Panama City. It's pretty nice. It's like right by the ocean. It's only like $900,000, but the return is not gonna be good. But if I enjoy the ocean and if I like that house, if it makes me feel good, if it increase my production, then I should buy it, right? Because I'm buying it for the enjoyment, not for the investment. Let's say if I'm buying it for the investment, then I should not buy it. Well, if I can do Airbnb, maybe if I can make a good income, maybe. If I cannot make a good income, I shouldn't buy it because that's not going to generate me a good income, right? So that's why whenever you're trying to decide what property to buy or whether you should buy it or not, first you have to ask yourself, is this for enjoyment or is it for investment? The $300 to Hug the Panda is donation to the research center and include gifts and a certificate. I mean, $300 is not a whole lot. That's only like if you calculating 7% currency rate, that's only like $40 US dollars. It's a big facility. It costs a lot of money to maintain that big facility. $300 is definitely not a lot of money. I also went to when I went to Thailand with a buddy. We went to another facility. They have nothing but cobras. So instead of pandas, they have cobras. So they did the show for us. They extract the venom from the cobra. So yeah, we also had to pay a admission fee. Yeah. New York. Thank you. You're welcome. How do I donate? Fahi. Donate where? Donate for the pandas? You gotta go there. Oh, maybe they have a website, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna stay until 12:20, okay? Because I gotta take off pretty soon. So 3 more minutes. Any questions you guys have? We can talk about it. Follow my TikTok. Give me some likes. Whatever question you have, let me know. We can share. We can talk about it. By the way, do you guys know what's the fastest way to learn? The fastest and the most efficient way to learn is actually to teach somebody else. Because let's say if you're just trying to learn by yourself, you're gonna try your best, but it's still not as efficient versus you gonna teach somebody else. Because let's say you think, oh, I gotta learn this so I can teach somebody else. Then you actually pay more extra attention, so you can remember, you can retain the whole information. That way you can go teach somebody else. Okay, dead skin on my lip. Okay, I just ate something. Yeah. Well, you're a keen observer. Any other questions? Okay, I want to start doing Airbnb soon, but don't know how. Do you own a property already, or are you trying to lease somebody else's property? James, thank you. Yeah, if you have any more questions, you can DM me, okay? Quinet Kiri, what you gonna do? Thanks for the like, Fahid. Okay, for Airbnb, lease. Okay, if you got a lease, then obviously number one, you gotta lease the property. But before that, you gotta do the research, right? You gotta do research to check out where they have the best rental rate, and you have to check out which area they have both the best rental rate, also the least competition. Because what I heard is some people by the way, I'm not an expert in Airbnb, okay? So I'm just sharing with you from what I know, what I learned. So they were saying, like, a lot of people are teaching people, oh, you gotta do Airbnb next to a hospital. You gotta do Airbnb next to a hospital. But suddenly there's a whole bunch of people doing Airbnb next to the hospital. Then suddenly your income reduced because there's too much competition. So basically, if you want to find a good place for Airbnb, you want to find an area that's not oversaturated. You want to find an area that has a decent nightly rental rate. I guess preferably 200 plus. And then obviously the money you're gonna pay to lease the property should be the cheaper the better, right? So if you have all those numbers, if you study all those information, then you can make a determination where you're gonna be doing the Airbnb. You can just go to Airbnb, just search on Airbnb, see a particular area, see where they have the most. You can start from the tourist attractions, and for example, that's a Hollywood. You just go to Hollywood, search for Hollywood in Airbnb. Then you look at how many people are doing Airbnb over there, and you look at how many people reserved for the Airbnb in the past, and you look at the average nightly rate. Then and if you go search on Google, they have a ranking of the top cities to do Airbnb. So you can go there first, check that out, and pick some cities that you want to do Airbnb. Then you go log into Airbnb, then you check out the area, any particular area you want to do the Airbnb. Then you want to check to see if there's too much population. You want to check if there's a lot of booking. You want to check the average like nightly rental rate. And then you can determine, okay, where's the best location for me to do the Airbnb. Thank you. I want to lease, but I have bad credit. Then if that's the case, then you gotta maybe find a partner. Second Airbnb. Yeah, Airbnb is a great way to make income. Okay, guys, I'm gonna take off now. See you guys another time. Thanks for all the questions. Thanks for joining. Give me some likes. Follow my TikTok, and see you guys next time. Did you buy a property today?